welcome back to the post credits channel, the post credits show. We're here to talk about Happy's Place. I'm Adelia. That's my buddy Brandi. We weren't here last week, Brandi.
No,
There was an
I have,
episode last week, but we weren't here last week.
yeah, that's my fault. I kind of had a family emergency. My mom fell, so when the episode was airing, I had to call an ambulance, and yeah, and then they released her luckily. But when we would have been filming is when I was getting her from the hospital. So yeah, I had a little bit of and I was still sore because I fell on ice a few weeks ago, and I bruised some ribs and had a concussion.
Yeah.
Yay!
Yeah. So it just did not work out for us to have a show last week, which is totally fine. But we're back this week. We're talking about episodes 11 and 12 of season 2 of Happy's Place. And we're going to start off with some good news that came out during the Olympic break that Brandi discovered this past week, which is Happy's Place has officially been renewed for season 3. Yay!
Happy.
Um, we love this show, and
Mhm,
hopefully those of you that are watching also love this show.
mhm.
And we are so excited that there's going to be a season 3 now. Because like
Yes.
last year, it was like touch and go. Are we going to get a season 2? We don't know if we're going to get a season 2. Then we finally got the renewal. This year, they got an early renewal at the beginning of February, which
Yeah.
is great news for the show.
Oh yeah. And I kind of want to go see a taping. I want this.
I
So
want to too.
I
I've
want.
never been to a taping.
Oh, they're fun. I've been to a couple of tapings of things, and one of them was Hot in Cleveland. I got to see Betty White perform on stage, and she was pretty damn funny.
That's so awesome.
Yeah, I got to see Hot in Cleveland, and I got to see there was a show Undateable, and you could see me in the audience, like because they did like a cold open, so they scanned through it, and I was right in the front row. And it was awesome. I've been to a Roseanne, the very last episode of Roseanne before it turned into the Connors. I was at that very last episode, so I got to see that, and it's really fun going to see these tapings and stuff because you get to see a lot of behind the scenes stuff. It's really cool. I love it. I'm a nerd, so I'm really hoping that I can make it out to California to go to a taping. We'll see, fingers crossed. And now that it's renewed, because that's what made me like look, and I was like, wait, I was like, I would love to go to a taping. Wait, is it renewed? Let me check to see. And I just happened to Google it, and it said, yeah, that it got renewed. It was one of the ones that got the early renewal. So I was like, yes. So I messaged Adelia, did you see this? And she was like, no.
Yeah, totally
So
flew under my radar during the Olympic break.
yeah,
Um,
I don't know what
but
made me do
really
it.
good
Like
news.
it was
Yeah.
just something Brandy was like thoughts in my head. I would love to go to a taping. Wait, let me check this renewed. Yeah, so I'm
Yeah.
really happy about that. I love the show. I love this cast. I think they're awesome, and we'll see if I can figure out us going to a taping this season that they're going to be doing season 3. Fingers crossed.
That would be really fun.
That would be girls trip.
S- Girls trip, absolutely.
Just
Um so let's start off with episode 11, which was called Dart to the Heart.
mhm,
Um this was a really fun episode. I had a lot of fun with this episode
mhm.
when we watched it earlier today because just it didn't work out for me last week either. Stuff was going on. So we watched it earlier today before tonight's episode aired. I really love the way that they do the A plot, B plot, but they interweave
Mhm,
on this show, and they have such a great ensemble to do that type of
mhm,
storytelling with. And the A plot in this episode was about Isabella and Emmett
mhm.
just not wanting to talk to each other
Yeah.
about the happy thing. And I thought the way they did this was pretty great. We had Emmett come in after Isabella had set a office chair spinning record, I think is what Bobbie called it.
16,
Um, at
and she was dizzy,
16,
and I would be dizzy
she was
too.
very dizzy. I would be dizzy too. Um, and Emmett came in with a dartboard and said he'd ordered a new custom dartboard for the tavern.
With
And
happy place
Isabella was
on it.
all like, yeah, it said Happy's Place on it. It was really cool. And then Isabella got the hell out of there in the most awkward
She's like, I
fashion.
didn't go help Steve with something. And
Yeah.
what is it? Well, I don't know. Something. I remember
You know
that.
Steve. And
Yeah.
then she's bolted out the door.
Mhm.
Um, so you sit there that we have got at a point where they're not talking really. Like they
Mhm.
can communicate at work and stuff, but they're not friends like they were before.
Yeah.
And then as the episode goes along, Bobbie starts the darts tournament among the staff, pairs
Mhm.
herself up with Gabby, and then pairs Isabella up with Emmett
Emmett,
and
Steve, and Takoda.
Steve and Takoda, which Gabby helpfully points out when Steve says, "I'll take Takoda," that Takoda was the only one
The only one
left.
left.
And Takoda goes, "I'll still take it as a compliment," which I thought was really nice. Um, they all do one round of a darts. Emmett and Bobbie are very good at this because they both get bullseyes.
Mhm.
Um, and when Isabella sees Emmett's really good at this, she's like, "Oh, Emmett can just handle the next round," and leaves the
Leaves.
tavern.
Mhm. Yeah.
And it was really hard for me to watch them have these types of interactions where it's like, I don't, I'm not ready to talk to her. She's not ready to talk to me. This is a very awkward subject, an awkward position that Happy has left them in.
Mhm.
And I just love their friendship, Isabella and Emmett's friendship so
Mhm.
much that seeing them like that was really difficult.
Yeah, and awkward.
It's very awkward.
Mhm.
This resolves itself after Bobbie gets out of Isabella that she used to write letters to Happy all the time, but she didn't know his name and she didn't know where to send them, so she just put them in a box.
She put dear dad or hey daddy, so she called them dad and daddy and left them in a box.
Yeah, and she'd sign them "Your daughter Isabella,"
Mhm.
and Bobbie gets the sense that she's just really like sad that Emmett couldn't have persuaded Happy to, um, you
Yeah.
know, write to Isabella or
Mhm.
acknowledge Isabella in any
Yeah.
way. And Bobbie goes to talk to Emmett in the kitchen
Mhm.
and basically tells him that like he needs to stop protecting someone who's dead,
Mhm.
basically. She says, "I don't know why you're still protecting Happy." Hey Shug,
Mm.
what's going on? Thanks for joining us.
Hey, but he says he's not. He's protecting himself, right?
Yeah,
So,
he says, I'm not protecting Happy, I'm protecting myself.
mhm.
And we learn why when he goes to talk to Isabella, which is that Happy brought Isabella up to him once and
One
said, "I
time.
have this daughter, Isabella, in Texas. I believe she's from Texas, with another woman.
Mhm.
And uh, the mother
Emmett's.
wants me to publicly acknowledge her." And Emmett advised him not to because it would hurt Bobbie and Bobbie's mother so
Mhm.
much to find
Mhm.
this out. And um, she Isabella responds to that, and Emmett saying, "I'm sorry, you were just a name then, and then you
Mhm.
showed up here and you were a person who is kind and
Kind.
wonderful and
Wonderful. Mhm. All
loving
this.
and
Mhm.
just all the great qualities Isabella possesses." And Isabella hugs him, which is not the response Emmett thought he was going to get.
Mhm.
And that really, I was like, oh, thank God.
Well,
Like,
that
she
also reminds
understands.
me of Bobbie, because when Isabella first came, at first she was like kind of hesitant, and then she just embraced her fully. Now I thought this was going to be like, oh, sisters like not getting along type of thing, but it
Yeah.
turned out to be total opposites. And Bobbie just embraced her and brought her into the family, like the business, and just she embraced
Hmm.
her. And that's kind of the same. Isabella's like the same as Bobbie, like Emmett spoke his piece, and she just embraced him.
Yeah.
So I kind
So,
they're kind of a lot alike in that
they
way.
are a lot alike
Mhm.
in many ways.
Mhm.
So, Emmett says, let's write a letter to your dad together.
Dear,
Dear, and she wants to start it off, "Dear bastard." Or he
no,
wants to start it
he
off,
he
"Dear
does, and she's
bastard."
like, not even deared. Hey, bastard.
Hey, bastard. It was really funny watching them write the letter together. And it let me know that they were back in a good place with each other,
Yeah.
and that put a smile on my face because
Mhm.
I don't like it when there's conflict amongst the ensemble.
Mhm.
Like it's if it's not resolved quickly, and this Emmett and Isabella thing had been going on for what felt like forever for me, because it's been
Mhm.
so long since we'd had an episode, even
Yeah.
though it was probably just like a week maybe in the time of the show. So I'm glad that's resolved between Emmett and Isabella, and then we get the end with the darts tournament again, and Isabella throws a great strike. I don't think it was quite a bullseye, but it was very close. And then Emmett follows it up with a bullseye, and they're this team. Um,
The B plot.
what the B plot? Yeah,
And the B plot plays into this too, because we said the A is a plot, the B plot goes into the C plot. So the Takoda and Gabby and Steve starts off with Gabby and Steve, and there's a spider, and she's like, "Oh, spider!" He's like, "I don't like spiders either." And then somehow Steve's convinced to kill it. First, he like disinfected it with some
hand
Purex.
sanitizer.
Yeah. And then he got it with
So
a
funny.
paper towel. Yeah. But then Takoda tells him about a spirit god. Is it Ikoda?
Iktomi, I think
Itomi.
Iktomi.
I knew it was something.
Yeah.
And because he disrupted the spirit god. And I like how he plays around with Steve and stuff.
Yeah.
What did he say? He said something else. He's like, no,
He,
Shyamalan. That's what he.
Shyamalan. He was telling him about Shyamalan, their patron saint of good deeds or something. I don't remember exactly what he said, but he was like, "No, it's like M Night Shyamalan."
It's my favorite director. I can't believe you believed it. That's M. Night Shyamalan,
Yeah,
my favorite director.
yeah.
Yeah.
But
But
the funniest part for me was how Steve just like felt all manly after killing this spider,
he's like, give
and
me beer, a root.
beer me, and Gabby goes, "What kind?" And he goes, "Root," and she
And
slides it
he's
down
like,
the
no,
thing, and he catches it.
he said, not a diet one, a regular one.
Oh yeah, yeah. He's living large with
Yeah,
the regular root beer, Steve. And Gabby slides it down the bar, and he
he
catches it, and he just chugs it.
chugs it.
Really funny. Pablo Castelblanco, I believe that's his last name. He was great in that
Mhm.
scene.
Uh,
And then after Takoda tells him about the Lakota trickster god,
he's
he
all now.
misses the beer.
Yeah,
Now all the bad luck is
all bad
happening.
stuff happening. Mhm.
Yeah.
So now he misses the beer. He got pooped on. He hit a pothole, and now is making his things from the car was making
Bird
noises.
poop.
Yeah.
Bird pooped on him. Let's
What did I say?
you just said he got pooped on.
Oh,
A bird pooped on him. We need to clarify that.
bird poop.
Yeah, bird
But
poop.
what he came in with his like arm like out, and I was like, what did he
Yeah,
do? He
I was
hurt his
like,
arm.
what did he like? Yeah, I was like, did
I
he
thought he
like
hurt his arm, but it was
jam
like
his arm and it's stuck in some direction or something?
he had it like bent. But I
Yeah,
was like, but then he said I got pooped on by a bird, and then he's like, my car's making these noises, and Gabby's like, that happens to me all the time. Just turn the music up louder, you won't hear anything.
yeah,
So I started laughing. I thought she was funny. So yeah, he just started focus on the other stuff. So finally, when Takoda was like, you know, with all this, you're focusing on all the negative instead of the positive. And so that kind
hmm
of like turned it all around. And he's like, Gabby, beer me.
yep,
So she threw the root beer down, and he caught it and drank it, and he's like, I'm back. And but when they were playing dots, he missed the first time. He didn't even hit the dartboard.
oh yeah, it was way low below the
He's
dartboard.
like, I got this. And then they're like, yay, way to go, almost there. And then when they played after with all of them together, he actually hit the dartboard in the bottom, but he hit it.
He hit
He
it.
got
He hit the board. And so everybody was celebrating Steve actually hitting the board. It was great.
it.
Um, I love the like convergence, and then we had Bobbie and Gabby interspersed in the two A
Yeah.
and B plots, but they also kind of had their own little minor C plot through the
hmm
darts game, where
hmm
Gabby's like, I don't want to do this. Why are we doing this? And then she finds out that Bobbie chose her as her partner, and she's like, I'm all in.
Yeah.
And then she wants to do a secret handshake for the team, and Bobbie just gives her a regular handshake, and she says, what is this, a job interview? And that was really funny. And
Mhm.
then by the time they were playing darts again at the end, she's like, I'm over the secret handshake. And Bobbie was like, I kind of thought we'd make one up by the end of this. And she was like, I'm all in. So it was really good. And Melissa Peterman is always a joy to watch.
And Emmett and Isabella made their handshake. They made a handshake.
Yeah, they had a handshake. Yeah.
And she's like, that's a cool
So
one.
yeah. So that was Dart to the Heart pretty much. I don't think
Last
we
week's
missed
episode.
too much about it.
No, I think
So that was last week's
pretty much.
episode.
Mm-hmm.
And then we're moving on to this week's episode, which was called Social Discontent, I think.
You
Something like
have the
that. It's
power to
about
look
making
at
it's about making social content for
social media.
the
Happy
tavern
place.
for
Yeah.
social media. We get director Steve again,
Mm-hmm.
which was really funny, and producer Isabella of this social media content, which Emmett is immediately against.
Mm-hmm. He's like, I'm out.
Yeah, I'm out. He's like,
Bye.
I'm out. Nobody's filming me. I'm out. And Gabby is gonna like do drink tutorials, but I thought it was really funny. She was like, do you want like behind the scenes content or getting ready with me content or just feet content? Like, Isabella's like, no, not feet content.
I thought that was
And
funny.
then Takoda says his wife tells him he has a good voice for voiceovers, which he does.
Yeah, he does.
L Black has a great Black Elk. I mean, has a great voice for voiceovers. And Isabella was like, "Well, let me hear it," and he was like, "I am." He's just using his normal voice. She's expecting something more.
But he does have a good and nice deep voice.
He has a great voice. He does.
Mm-hmm. I like that Gabby
just look.
when
Yeah,
she
social discontent. I was right.
and then she's like, I gotta have a look, so she tries on different hats.
Different hats. Gabby's got different hats.
What about this hat?
It's and like Isabella had left for a little while, and she comes back to Steve, and she's like, "Did you get stuff done with Gabby?" And Steve's like, "No, she's just been trying on hats." So that was really funny. But the thing that kicks off the A plot of this episode is Bobbie. And Bobbie is not a natural on camera at all.
You like that one?
Yeah. So Bobbie
Hi, I'm
does
Bobbie.
Yeah, Steve's like, you're gonna say hi, I'm Bobbie, and I own a tavern. It was very funny the way Steve said it. And then Bobbie's supposed to say that into the thing, and she goes, hi, I'm Bobbie, I own Happy's Place, and then she just goes
like a weird smile.
And Steve's like, we have a little problem with the camera. I need to talk to the producer for a minute. The camera is just like a phone in a rig that like you use to like
with the light.
film stuff with the camera with a light. And he goes over to Isabella and is like, it's not the camera. She's like, no, it's not the camera. It's the subject on the camera. And they try one more take with Bobbie, and Bobbie does. She's like, I can be happier, and Isabella's like, really? You can be happier than that? And so Steve tells her to pour beer, and he's just gonna film her. And so she pours the beer, and then she turns around and she does this again. And this is after Steve told her to just act like a human.
Yeah. I thought that was funny.
It's really funny. And so they come to the realization immediately that they need to recast Bobbie, because Bobbie can't be on camera in these social media reels looking like that. Like, no way. Absolutely no way.
Then Gabby hears that and she's like, I can audition for Bobbie.
Yeah. Gabby's like, I hear you're replacing Bobbie. Let me suggest me. And so Gabby's trying to do a tutorial on how to make their one of their biggest drinks, a mojito of some kind. I forget what they exactly called it. And Emmett keeps interrupting because Emmett is trying to work.
He puts the glasses
he barges in to put the glasses under the bar. Then he goes and gets a big sack of potatoes, I think it was,
Mhm.
and walks behind Gabby in the shot, and they're just losing their minds because Emmett keeps
Ruining the
interrupting
shot.
their shot.
Mhm.
But one of the things I thought that was brilliant about this, which we realize at the end, is that Steve is still holding the camera phone in a way that he gets the shot of Emmett being like, "Stop filming me, get out of my
In the
kitchen,"
kitchen.
all of that kind of
I'll
stuff.
put my foot up your butt. Like,
I'll put my foot up your butt, all that. So I didn't pick up on that until the
mhm,
end, and they realized they had all the shots of Emmett, and I was like, "Oh, that's brilliant."
mhm.
But then the next morning, um, Isabella tells Bobbie that they've got to recast her. And Bobbie's like, "I thought I did great," and Isabella just hands her the phone, and Bobbie's like, "What are
What?
my teeth doing?" It's very funny.
And she tells her she
And
got an influencer actor.
yeah, a local actress who's also an influencer is going to come play the role of Bobbie in the social media campaign. Gabby comes in. She is talking about something. I don't remember what exactly. But then the door opens again, and in walks JoAnna García Swisher as Kenzie, the local actress slash influencer who's going to play Bobbie. And this was a good moment. I love it when we have these moments when people from Reba show up on this show.
She was Reba's daughter Cheyenne on Reba. And when she walked in, she has red hair, and she's like, "You could be my daughter." Like that was the
Yep.
joke. Even Reba was kind of laughing in that. Like you could see
Yeah.
her, like
Yeah.
the hint of it. I
Yeah.
thought that was pretty funny.
It was pretty funny. There was also the part in here where she says her dad left her mom for a dental hygienist. Am I remembering that's the plot of Reba
That is,
correctly?
that is, that is,
Yeah.
that is the plot of
Um,
Reba. That
so
because Melissa Peterman was the dental
the dental
hygienist.
hygienist. Yeah, that's right. Okay. I was like, I'm fairly certain that's the plot of Reba,
Yeah, it
but I
was.
haven't
It
seen
was.
Reba in a while.
Oh, it
So
was. Yeah, no, it was. That's why that was a
yeah.
little laugh too.
Yeah, that was funny.
Mhm,
Um and and so Kenzie is there to be the Bobbie,
mhm,
but Gabby has decided she's going to shadow Kenzie because, as she tells Kenzie, she posts on the gram,
mhm.
she dances on the talk, and she finished Wordle once.
When she mentioned Wordle, I laughed because in
We have
Discord,
we have our Discord, in which every night I am keeping the streak alive by myself right now
I'm sorry.
on Wordle. I believe we're at like 81 days straight of answering Wordle correctly. Someone in the Discord.
Mhm,
So I'm gonna double check real quick while we're doing this. But if you would like to join our Discord and hang out with us and do things like play Wordle, oh, we're on an 82-day streak, excuse me. And do things like playing Wordle, and we sometimes do the New York Times crossword puzzles in there. We have a lot of fun in the Discord. Please join us in the Discord. There's a link
mhm,
in the description of this episode if you'd like to do so. We really appreciate everybody's support. It doesn't
mhm.
cost anything to join the Discord, so just come hang out with us. Talk Happy's Place with us.
Oh yes, we will talk your ear off about Happy's Place.
Yeah, yeah, we will.
Mhm,
There's almost always someone in the voice chat. Like there's a lot of fun happening in our Discord.
mhm.
Um, so is Gabby wants to shadow Kenzie, and
Kenny's
it,
shadowing Bobbie, and Gabby wants
Gabby's
to shadow.
shadowing Kenzie because she wants to be an influencer
Mhm,
to prove to her mother that the strangers actually like her,
mhm.
which I thought was every
She's always
time
doing
Gabby
something
brings
to
up
want
her
to prove.
mother.
Yeah, she wants to prove her mother wrong with everything.
I know. That was another thing that we didn't say is when Gabby's turned to go up and throw the dart, she said, "I'm picturing my mom."
Mother.
And then she threw it and she was like, "I got her. I don't have to go to therapy this week." Which was really funny.
Mhm.
Um
That was last week's episode.
s- that was last week's episode, but so Isabel's like, "I didn't budget in all this time for shadowing," but Kenzie's like, "I have to study the subject to know how to act." And she definitely studies the subject to know how
She
to
starts
act.
trying to do Reba's accent right in front of her. And she's like,
Yeah,
do I
that was
sound
funny.
like
Yeah, do I sound like that? That? They're all
that?
repeating what she's saying. And and it was very funny.
Mhm,
Um then at some point in time, I don't remember exactly the order of events. Um they're walking back in through the bar, Bobbie and um Kenzie and then Gabby.
mhm,
And Isabella's like, "Are you ready, Kenzie? Like, can we shoot some stuff?" And Kenzie's like, "No, I still have more studying of the subject to do." And
mhm.
Bobbie turns around, and that's when she realizes that she has a bandana around her neck. Now, we haven't mentioned the bandana yet,
Oh,
but when Bobbie first shows up at the tavern for filming day, she has this bandana on, and Emmett goes, "Isn't that mine?" And she says, "Tennessee's a finders keepers state,"
date.
and walks off. And then Kenzie has it around her neck.
Mhm.
And she says it's because objects like that often have the essence of the person in them. And
She's
Bobbie
like,
makes
give
her
me that
take it
back.
off. Yeah, Bobbie makes her take it off. And later they're in the office, and Kenzie's just like watching Bobbie do
Mhm,
like paperwork. It's it's really kind of creepy in
mhm.
a way, the way that she's watching
Mhm.
her. And uh Emmett comes in.
Sorry.
Oh, there's Nyla. It's okay. Emmett comes in and is like, I love Steve. He's my
Uh-huh.
friend. But you keep him and that camera out of my kitchen.
Mhm.
And that's when Kenzie starts picking up on some stuff.
Mhm.
And she says, "So, how long were you guys together?" And Bobbie tries to brush it off, and then she goes, 3 months. And and then she goes, "And you broke it off?"
Mhm.
And Bobbie's like, "Yeah." And she goes, "And the bandana's his?" Like, she just pieced it all together real quick.
Mhm.
And she actually gave her some good advice, which is the longer you hold on to things like that, the heavier they get.
Mhm.
And that's true. The
Yeah.
longer you hold on to anything, the heavier it gets emotionally.
Mhm.
And so Takoda is trying to do his voiceover voice out in the tavern while Steve is in the kitchen trying to film through the passway,
He
the
just wants
pass through
Dakota
thing.
to just go put the slip
Put
through.
the slip through. And then we get another "get out of my kitchen" from Emmett when Steve turns around and is like, "Can you turn that fan down? I can't think." And uh so Steve
He's like,
gets out of the
get out
kitchen,
of my kitchen.
and this whole filming stuff for the social media campaign has been a disaster.
I
And
like when he's
then
like, before I put my foot up your butt.
yeah, yeah. And then the Steve and Isabella are at the bar, and they talk about the footage that they've gotten, which includes nothing of Kenzie yet, because I don't think they've
Mhm.
filmed Kenzie yet.
No.
But Steve basically says the only good stuff I've really gotten are these shots of Emmett being angry. And then like a light bulb goes off in Isabella's mind.
And
And
then they
she's
just piece
like,
it together and they put that on. And he
they
goes
put that
viral.
out. Grumpy Chef, I think is what they call him.
Mhm.
And Emmett's not too pleased about the fact
No,
that he's
he don't
on
like
social media.
they don't like that at all.
At one point in time, he says something about being viral meant something else when he was a kid, which
I thought that was funny.
I thought that was very funny.
Yeah.
But Bobbie looks at the Emmett clip and is just amused by it. So she goes
Mhm.
into the kitchen and asks him if she can have his autograph. And Emmett's like, "I don't like this. I don't want to be on social media. I don't like that they filmed me, all this stuff." And
Mhm.
then she gives him back the bandana.
Mhm.
And he says, "Finally," and then "Welcome back, old pal," or something like that
Mhm.
to the bandana.
And after a
And
while, she gave it back and something about the weight of it or something like that.
the weight of it was too heavy, and then she
Mhm.
goes around my neck.
Mhm.
Um, and then she leaves the kitchen and she pauses in the hallway for a minute, and then she walks into her office.
Mhm.
And as somebody who ships Emmett and Bobbie,
Mhm.
I don't like this because it's
Mhm.
like she's letting him go.
Yeah, I don't like it either.
I don't think that's what's happening. I think they're going to play the slow burn game and they'll probably get back together in season 3.
Mhm.
But I don't like that they split them up. I really
Mhm.
don't. Like, we got 3 months of Emmett and Bobbie being happy, and then now it's just like,
Of course, there's always just like a soap opera. There's gonna be some conflict,
I know. It's
like all shows.
it's the way it's gonna go.
Yep.
I know it is, but I don't like that they split them up.
Yeah.
And then that's basically the show, except for the end with Kenzie coming back out, and she's finally ready to play Bobbie.
She's dressed like her, hair up like
She's dressed
her.
like her, hair up like her, and doing
Hi, I'm
this.
Bobbie, and I'm a peace play. They both smile, but it's like that's so funny.
It was very funny.
I
I
love.
love that they waited and saved JoAnna García Swisher's cameo for this episode.
Yeah.
She was perfect as like
Mhm.
this influencer actress person who said she played a dead body on Law and Order, a 50-year-old dead
50-year-old
body when
dead
she was
body.
20.
I thought that was funny.
Very funny. Very funny.
She's very
I
funny.
really enjoyed both these episodes. What about you, Brandy?
Oh, I did too. I liked them. I thought they were, you know, our typical mesh of characters, and they all have their things going on, and it comes together in the end. I like that.
Yeah. The writing team on this sitcom has a really good way of blending the storylines together. I don't feel like there's been an episode that we've watched
Yes,
where
there
they
was.
haven't blended together well,
Well, there
except
was
for
one.
one.
There was one there the characters weren't. Remember, I was like, and you
Yeah,
said, "Who?"
when the characters were out of character for sure in
Mhm.
that episode. But I mean like the blending of the A plot B plot
Mhm.
into a C plot kind of thing. That
Yeah.
always seems to happen really well.
Yeah.
Even though the characters were very out of character in that one episode.
Mhm. I don't remember which one it was, but I know there was one
I don't remember
because
either,
I
but
was
I
not
know there
happy.
was one. Yeah.
I was like,
We were
"This
not
seems
happy
off."
about that episode. Yeah. But that's Happy's Place for this
Mhm.
week. Brandy, thank you for joining me as always.
Thank you for having me. And
Of
yay,
course.
season 3!
Yeah, season 3. We're very happy about the season 3
I'm
announcement.
trying not to yell too
Um
loud.
next this weekend on Sunday on this very channel, we will
Mhm.
be having a Oscars watch along.
Mhm.
Starting at 4 p.m. Pacific when the Oscars ceremony starts. We're not going to come on ahead of time and do the red carpet, I don't think, unless Brandy is available to and we can talk about the fashion. But we will see on that. But the main ceremony starts at 4 p.m. Pacific. That's when we'll be watching the Oscars.
Mhm.
Um, we've got predictions up on the channel now. If you're interested in our Oscars predictions, Ferris and Matt and Brennan Marr, our Oscar expert in the Discord,
Mhm.
came into the predictions video and gave their predictions. I did not give any predictions because I haven't seen any of these movies.
I didn't even know about the predictions, so I've been hurt. I've been
Yeah,
hurting the past few weeks, so my mind's a big blur of what's been going on.
yeah. Well, I think what we're gonna do, I'm gonna ask everybody who's gonna be on the stream. I don't even know who else is gonna be on the stream at the moment.
Mhm.
To make Oscars predictions before the ceremony starts, and then we
Mhm.
will figure out who wins among the people on the stream as the night goes on.
I know who one of my favorites are, but I haven't seen the movies, but I know Kate Hudson's nominated. Isn't she with that Neil Diamond cover
Yeah, that
band?
Song Blue
Yeah,
movie. Yeah.
yeah. I love Kate Hudson. I
What's
love
up, Alex?
Goldenrod.
Thanks for joining us.
So I was like, that's all I know who's nominated right now. I haven't even looked. I just haven't
No,
looked. I can't
we'll
remember
take a
it.
look at the nominees. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
okay. I went through all the nominees for the predictions video, and I still don't remember who's nominated in all the categories. So,
No,
But the predictions video on the channel now. The Oscars watch along Sunday at 4 p.m. Pacific. Do come hang out with us if you're at all interested.
If Michael B.
What?
Jordan is nominated, I want him to win. I love Michael B. Jordan.
He is nominated.
I've been a fan of Michael B. Jordan since he was on All My Children, so that was like one of his first gigs. So he was Reggie.
He is nominated for Best Actor. So
I do love me some Michael B. Jordan. So
yeah, Best Actor for playing the twins in Sinners. So
he walked by me before too.
Nice.
Said hi to me.
Nice. But yeah, that's it for tonight. We will be back next week. If there's an episode next week, I'm pretty sure there's an episode next week. With the next Happy's Place episode. Until then, everyone, do just click the link in the description to join the Discord. There's also links in the description. Leave some comments, like the video, subscribe to the channel. There's also some links in the description if you're interested in supporting the network a little bit further. All the support that we get through those links goes directly back into the channels, because it helps us keep the lights on. So check that all out.
I know who it's not going to. Anyway, I love you. Goodbye, everybody.
We'll see you next week.
Bye.